Yo, what is going on everyone? It's me, Mr. Premps, and oh my gosh, what a chapter. Oda kept dropping bombs, just like chapter 1010, where we had all of these Conqueror's haki reveals, what it could do, and much more. And so right here we got some more bombs, but two that are massive, one that is Nico Robin and what she's done, and then lastly, right at the end, the absolute banger of a drop of what Momonosuke asked Shinobu to do. But before I get started, do me a favour, drop a like on the video for the algorithm, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as I try to bring you all One Piece chapter reviews on a weekly basis. But without wasting any more time, let's get into this chapter. And as a formality, we've got to start on the cover page, which is of Senor Pink and Frankie literally just sharing a drink at Hio's bar. And even though this isn't the crux of the chapter, it's always great seeing these two, even if it's just on the cover page, because it always reminds me of the fantastic battle we got at Dressrosa, and it fills me with so much joy. But enough of all of that, because I really do want to get into this chapter. And we pick up right from where we left off last chapter, in the midst of battle of Robin and Black Maria. And Black Maria's taunting Robin, talking about her devil fruit form, telling her it must be taking a lot out of her. And this kind of reminds me of Luffy's journey right in the beginning, when we first found out how he was using his devil fruit. And I think Black Maria is talking about Robin's stamina, and being able to maintain this form that she's currently taking. But Robin, as composed as ever, is like, don't worry about it. I'll be ending this quite quickly, as she uses a sea serpent attack and grabs a hold of Black Maria. But Black Maria of course isn't going to be held down so easily, and starts hacking away at Robin's extended limbs. And we get our first big reveal here, and that's the reveal of Robin's sprouted body. And that's because if her limbs are attacked or sliced, her main body also gets injured, which effectively just makes her a bigger target. And this just feels like a high risk, high reward type of fruit, and I absolutely love it, because this is a fight between two dominant females. Black Maria ties up Robin here, as she did with Sanji beforehand, and now with Robin stuck between the webs, Black Maria explains that she's a martial artist at heart, as she whips out her knuckle dusters, or brass knuckles, which some people might call them, and she begins to punch Robin with absolutely no remorse whatsoever. And I mean, this is actually looking brutal, as Robin is actually taking these blows in the face, and for a second, I forgot that this was Robin's sprouted body, as she just poofs away in order to escape. But I'm not gonna lie, Black Maria has a lot up her sleeve, because her legs are tipped with poison, and we find out that her webs are flammable too. And so she creates this cage-like web structure around Robin, and then sets it alight. And at this point, with Robin looking helpless, Black Maria continues to taunt her, telling her how useless she is, and that she's useless to all of her friends, and that everyone that she's met literally just value her mind. She goes on to say that Robin is a disgrace for even coming to defend Sanji, and effectively both of them are useless together. But Black Maria even takes things a step further, by stating that Robin should be asking Brook for help in order to put out this fire, in which Brook responds that Black Maria should be careful what she says, as she keeps on saying moronic things. And this is just showing the faith that Brook has in Robin, and boy was he right, because we get a flashback from Robin as she recalls the time she spent with the revolutionaries during the 2-year time skip, and we see Sabo, Koala and even Hack, and we learn that Koala taught Robin this palm strike, and Sabo even wanted to teach her the Dragon Claw fist. And even though it seems unlikely, I really hope that she did learn this, because can you imagine how broken Robin would be learning this move that so easily foderized Burgess in Dressrosa. And within this flashback, we learn that this palm strike is actually a fishman karate technique, and without hesitation, Robin sprouts out an arm by Black Maria, and without second thought, Gigantium, right into the roof. And with Black Maria thinking that Robin missed, we found out that Robin actually used the debris from the roof in order to put out the fire. And I kid you not, Robin has a new transformation right here, and it's named Demonio Fleur, and she actually looks like a demon here. And honestly, it's just so amazing. Robin has used her devil fruit to look like a devil, and tells Black Maria that she'll be a devil if that's what it takes to help the people that count on her. and she goes on to hit Black Maria with an attack named Grand Jacuzzi Clutch. And honestly, just this encounter here really hits home for me, because we've all known what Robin is capable of, and having the epithet of the Devil Child for so long now, for it all to just come full circle, just highlights to me how broken Robin is, but also how amazing Oda is. And I just want to highlight here is that last week I mentioned how the other Straw Hats fights felt like they were all coming to an end, with Jinbei seeming to have possibly defeated Who's Who, or at least have the upper hand, and even Frankie with Sasuke. But it felt like last chapter that this fight against Black Maria was just starting. But Oda has corrected that very quickly here, because this battle looks like it could be over. And as for the fodder characters, Brook also gets his moment here, because he makes light work of them with such a beautiful orchestra attack. And honestly, all of this is just fantastic. And even though I feel like I say this every week, with the way the Wano anime is going right now, I really can't wait for this to be animated, because this is all just going to look beautiful. But we must move on in the chapter, and I want to talk about Caribou very quickly, because he was a wild card to us, and last chapter he did say that he was going to find food and meat for Luffy, due to Luffy being his only way out of Wano, and it appears that he's come clutch here, as he's collected 1 month's worth of food to Luffy, and we all know Luffy is knocking that back like it's nothing. Caribou also hypes up his swamp fruit here to the rest of the Heart Pirates, explaining the amount of stuff he can carry is boundless. And the rest of the Heart Pirates are asking Luffy for an update as to what's happening with their Captain Law, and also Beppo's little minor crew that he took along with him. And lastly, the second big moment in the chapter, and it's still at Tokage Port, and we hone in on a conversation between Momonosuke and Shinobu. And if we remember last chapter, Luffy requested that Momonosuke would turn into a dragon and fly him to Onigashima, which I remind you all is still floating in the air. But Shinobu is refusing to let Momo go back there, talking about how dangerous Onigashima is, you know, with Kaido and everyone else there. However, Momo seems to understand the assignment. He understands the importance of this battle and has even taken things a step further and asked Shinobu to use her mature fruit, all ripe fruit, whatever you guys and girls refer to it as, but to use this fruit in order to age him into an adult so that he can transform into an even bigger dragon. And wow, that brings the chapter to an end. But honestly, it's just absolutely mind-blowing, because could that big dragon be like Kaido size? Would Momo be able to rival Kaido? I mean, there's a lot to explain here, because Shinobu also goes on to explain that even if she does age Momo, his heart and his mind will still be that of a child, but Momo doesn't care. And really, when I say what a chapter, I mean what a chapter. I don't even know how to feel about that last reveal, because I feel like from the moment we were introduced to Shinobu, there were a million theories that this was what was going to happen, and that she was going to use her fruit in order to age Momonosuke. And I mean, there were others that thought that, you know, it could be Jory Bonnie that comes to Wano and she would do the same. But I mean, look where we are now. We've got that sort of reveal. But look at what we have now. I mean, we've got a complete cliffhanger, and now that we found out, I don't even know if I am a fan. Would this feel like Momonosuke is taking a cheap way out, or should he be using his own strength right now in order to fly Luffy up? Also, would Luffy even be happy for Momonosuke to cheat his way out of this? I think I've got to think about this a little bit. Wouldn't Luffy want Momo to use his own strength? I also don't want to disregard that whole Black Maria segment with Robin, because that fight was absolutely amazing. Because I'm so happy for Robin. With everything we saw, it feels like she's really getting her moment. But it also excites me to think what else we're going to get. And what else could we get from the other Straw Hats in the future? I mean, could we get a flashback from Sanji with his time during the time skip in the Kamabaka Kingdom? Or even Zoro with what he actually learnt from Mihawk? Or maybe Zoro's Conqueror's Haki reveal was actually enough. But let me know what you all think. What was your favourite part of the chapter? And what do you expect will happen with Momonosuke? Unfortunately, we are on break next week, but I think that gives us a lot of time to take this chapter in, and I'm sure there'll be many theories in the next week. And as usual, if you like anything I've had to say, please make sure you leave a like on the video, and if you like weekly One Piece reviews, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out when I drop more reviews just like this. Say.